Hey Tarahan, I just saw your. How you doing, by the way? I just saw your video on the idea that we don't share as much personally, or the act of personal social sharing or personal sharing, because of a kind of a social malaise. And your vlog focused on Facebook, but I have to disagree with you because my habit is to vlog daily and from wherever I am, and also to check in. But I use Foursquare, not Facebook, to check in. And Foursquare today is attached to Swarm. The reason I contend that personal social sharing has gone down is generational change. It's not just that we are getting older, you and I, but that as we age and we're among the first responders to tech, the first users of tech, going back to what, 2005, 6, 7, even before that with AOL, right? You get what I'm saying. So for us, we were the first users of those platforms that allowed us to share where we are, like Foursquare, like Twitter, and like Facebook, and like others that have come along. I believe um, was it Bright Cove for a time that I'm thinking of, but I digress. Since then, the focus regarding digital communications has been toward messaging, and that messaging has been at a more private level. So the VC money that has went into finding the perfect messaging app is money that at another time would have been put into finding the perfect social media or social sharing app. With that, we've had a generation that's come along who texts less than they share, and they look at the now established platforms like Twitter for news, and they share that news. And Twitter, if you think about it, is another form of text messaging. Built into that are now Vines, the small 6-second videos that were based, if you think about, remember 12 seconds? That go back to 12 seconds, and I believe it was 2006. This is the, the latest iteration of that. And then there was Tout and others. But the point that I'm making is the established social media platforms are used for sharing, but in terms of the growth of the total ecosphere of devices around the internet and mobile, particularly mobile, we've had more messaging apps. And so the sharing that we would do is on a more private level as a whole. Within that is that generation, you and I, that's used to, more often than not, social sharing. It's not that the other generation doesn't do it, but it doesn't do it as much. I can walk into a restaurant, say my favorite, Lake Shores Cafe, and check in. And even if I'm out of town for a month, it will notify me that within a day I can regain the mayorship I've had for many years. And that happens. And I've seen that since I check in around a number of places around the country where I can establish a mayorship very quickly. Why is that important? Because it means that people are checking in less. And so a person like me, far less, like me who's very active, can come in and, reclaim my throne, right? I see that a number of places I go to, in the Bay Area, Chicago, Atlanta, Georgia, New York. That tells me, and that's using Foursquare, that tells me that the problem is beyond Facebook. And I think it's best described in the way that I just did in this vlog. So there you go. There's my thought. I want to hear yours. I want to hear your response to my thought. See ya.